So let's talk about the local AI on Android, what you can do actually with this and what you can expect. And to do this, I would like to talk about the applications that I built, why I built this and how it works from technical perspective. But the technical stuff I will leave in the end. So before you will understand whether you actually need to watch this video at all. So what is local AI? Basically, this is something that, as you can already know, ChatGPT and Claude, all of this lives on the clouds. It's very smart and complex models that allows you to do reasonings, works with a lot of massive amount of data and etc. Local AI for Androids basically allows you to do simple stuff, structure recognition, pattern recognition, do voice to text and all of these things. So something that doesn't really involve a lot of reasoning and thinking, but may dramatically improve and automate some manual flows that you or your, for example, employees might have. So this is when offhand apps come, apps that I've built, and I would like to share the story of one of the users of the app. So she's a nurse, and the task of the job that she is doing, she is going into the home to the patient, examining the patient, and then she usually needs to put some notes and drafts about what actually happened, how did patient feel, the reason why she did came, and all of the stuff. So, and it's usually involved a lot of typing, and it's sometimes she told that it's very easy to forget because you spend a lot of time typing. So this is where offhand extremely useful for her. So she basically can use now voice to text. She basically recording a voice memos. It's completely private and offline. This voice memo never leave in a device. Everything processed locally on her phones. She doesn't need to care about the data leakage and etc. So she does this recording, and in a couple of minutes she received the transcription of what she said, and as well the structured report in a way that she needs, with some data about the patient name, some details for the visit, and etc. And it saves massive amount of time for her. Another reason why it's local, this allows you to do and process all of this when you even don't have a connection. And this is the real issue, because when you're in the basement inside the building, sometimes you don't have really access to the connections that would allow you to send your audio track to transcribe and process like this structure notes and etc. So this is where this offline it's become extremely important. And for me, as for developer, there is no cost basically. So I don't have to pay for API that my users are using. It's completely free and offline. So there is no API cost that I have to cover. Now, what is realistic today? All of this like great, but what you can realistically expect from the devices, Android devices. So you can basically do speech to text. You can transcribe your audio to text on the medium to performance high-end devices. It's almost close to the real time. Basically, it's all of that is around how you optimize and architect the system so it will be useful for your user and you can guarantee that data will be processed. This is why I actually not really doing a lot of stuff in parallel, because I have a limited resources for the Android system, because your app might just crash if you overfill it with the memory while you're trying to process your actually data. So this is why I started to play with all of the things, like when I should start a specific model, what exactly it needs to do. Sometimes I'm sending some data, split it into the chunks, so it won't fill the whole context. So there's a lot of interesting things around that, but it's definitely already extremely working and reliable solution. If you're watching this and think that, hey, wow, you know, I want something for me, I have a specific use cases in my company, I have some SaaS product maybe for myself that would solve this problem, what you actually need to build something like that. So a few things. I do use Whisper, which is open source small model. It's around 400 megabytes to do speech to text. It's extremely reliable. Also, I use Gemma 2 billion parameters model quantized to 4 bit. This is the one that actually process the huge transcript and provide the structured note based on my prompt and the templates that I have. You need to think about model delivery, because you need to think how to architect downloading in the background and not interrupt user flow. You can again see how it's done on the offhand to get inspired about the user experience. Devices, realistically, you need to think that at least 6 gigabytes of RAM, this is the floor where you can call this usable. I would say that 8 gigabytes it's comfortable minimum, and plus, so 10 and 12 it will be completely fine for you. And yeah, in general, like the pick up the model is just 10% and 90%. The hardest thing is just to architect everything to make sure that you using the resources as efficient as you can. Yeah, this is basically it, what you need to know. Again, if you want to try and see how it works in person, you can go to Google Play and download Offhand app. It's completely free. If you need any help from me, you can find the links how you can reach me out, so I might help you with your app and your solution. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.